Hi everybody, it's Bree here. Coming with an update on some stuff. First, let me do my stats because I should probably start doing that. Sometimes I forget. Anyway, I'm Bree. As most of you probably know by now, I am 37 years old. I am 5'7", and my high weight as my VSG confessional likes to say, that was never recorded, was 293-ish, maybe 294, like the low to mid 290s. My starting weight at the beginning of this process in February was 269, and my current weight is 259. In order to get my surgery, I had to lose some weight, so my doctor set a goal of 256, which means that I am only 3 pounds away from my goal. They went ahead and scheduled my surgery for May 16th, which is 3 weeks from Tuesday. It's super crazy. It's like, I felt like I was waiting so long for all this time, and then all of a sudden it's 3 weeks away. And I'm like, but I'm still excited. Since they scheduled my surgery, they let me go to my pre-op diet class, which was interesting. They gave me a lot of information, of course. We talked about what the diet is going to be like. Refocus camera. What the diet is going to be like immediately post-op for the first 2 weeks, or in the stages that you all are, I'm sure, aware of. One thing that I did learn that is totally making me super happy right now is that I was like almost 100% sure that I was going to have to do a 2-week liquid diet pre-op, to shrink your liver and all that stuff. But according to the dietitian who was running the class, that I'm going to be on the diet that my dietitian has me on right now up until the day before surgery. And the diet that she put me on was basically the one I've been doing since February. She wanted me to eat a little less fat, but I'm doing the keto diet. So basically, I haven't really cut back the fat, but I've tried to reduce my calories, which is how I've got 10 pounds off so far. Really, it's almost like 11 pounds because I was like 269.6, so it's like 10 and a half pounds, and I'm at like 259 exactly. Since my last primary care physician's appointment, let's see, I lost 13 plus, I've lost like 15 pounds since January, which is fantastic, but I still have 3 more to go for my pre-op goal. So that's what I'm working on. Basically, I just wanted to talk about my diet class a little bit. For those who don't know, I'm trying to be a little informative about the whole process for those who are thinking about it and want to know. I am having my surgery in Edmond, Oklahoma with Dr. Toby Broussard at the Weightwise Bariatric Clinic. It's a specialized program just for bariatric. Self-contained. They have their own hospital and all that stuff too. So I'm just doing my regular diet until the day before surgery, and then it's clear liquid diet the day before and nothing after midnight the day before the surgery. So I'm super stoked about that because I was not looking forward to 2 weeks of liquid. And my friend that I work with had VSG at the same place with the same surgeon, and she had to do a 2-week liquid diet. So when I told her that, she was a little annoyed, but what can you do? But I was under the assumption that everybody had to do this liquid diet because apparently that's what she thought too, and that's what she told me. But anyway, so they went over, basically it was like an hour-long class. They went over your diet up until surgery day, the day before surgery day, and then immediately after you're on a liquid diet for 2 weeks. Then 2 weeks after that, you go to soft protein foods, and 2 weeks of that, I believe, and then 4 weeks post-op, and for the rest of your life, forever and ever, amen, is healthy foods for life. So just regular old diet with high protein, low fat. So basically, I did not prepare for this, sorry. Basically they just went over and said, hey, hydration is number one. Get your water in 96 ounces a day, every day for the rest of your life. That's it. They do want 48 ounces, so at least half of your daily fluid intake. They want it to be electrolyte based. So they highly recommend Powerade Zero, Life Water, but not Gatorade, because I guess Gatorade has more sugar in it or something. I'm not sure. But they said no Gatorade specifically. They gave us, a list of symptoms of dehydration so that we'll know if something starts happening. Also, no carbonated drinks. The big thing for me, I am a huge coffee drinker, you guys. I drink at least 1 cup every day, but usually it's 2, sometimes 3. Occasionally 4. Oh, that's a lot of coffee. I cannot drink caffeine for the first 4 weeks after surgery. I don't know if that's true for everyone, but it's true for me. They went over, the different hydrating fluids that we can have, smart water, blah, blah, blah. They said only drink protein drinks if you start feeling like lightheaded or dizzy, and they don't count towards your hydration fluid. Okay. I don't really like protein drinks all that much, so I'm not sad about it. I do have some on hand in case I do need it. I'm not above, eating it, and I'm not above it. I just don't want to do it if I don't have to. So then, soft proteins come 2 weeks later. That's lighter reduced fat cheeses, cottage cheese, cubed yogurt, scrambled eggs, refried beans, which I love refried beans, and I don't really get to eat them right now because they are full of carbs, and I'm trying not to eat carbs. And then they talked about the funnel factor, which I don't know if a lot of people, I've never seen it explained like this. So basically she said, think of your sleeve as a funnel. And if you are putting liquids or soft foods into a funnel, you pour liquid in a funnel, what does it do? It goes completely through. It just runs through, right? But if you're eating solid foods, it's gonna stack up and stay in your funnel for longer, which means it gets digested better and you get more nutrition and nutrients from it. So solid foods will stay in your pouch longer and help keep your hunger at bay. So they gave us this cute little picture, and it's like, no, liquids are soft foods. And when talking about drinking while eating, especially. So for us, I know some people say they're not supposed to drink 30 minutes before they eat, during, or 30 minutes after. Ours, our dietitian said we can drink up until the time we start eating, and then stop during eating, and then an hour after. So basically you don't drink while you eat or for an hour after, which is going to be really hard for me, you guys. I am a huge guzzler, especially while I eat, because I guess maybe I don't chew my stuff good enough, because I'm just like, whoa, put it in. But I'm gonna have to practice. I got 3 weeks to learn. So, and then, after 4 weeks, you go to a regular diet, and they're, pressing focus on the quality of food, not the quantity. They're not giving us any macros to meet. They're not telling us we have to get a certain amount of protein in, or, a certain amount of this or a certain amount of that, because they just want us to focus on eating and choosing healthy things. But then, of course, if anything starts going wrong, then you can contact them and they'll look at your diet and see what you're doing. And then they give you just these huge lists of foods to eat. I don't know if you can see them. But it's like, hey, these are the things that are good. These are the things that are bad. Here's some examples of non-starchy vegetables and healthy fat options, and about fruits. Don't eat carbs, basically, which I don't know. And then we went over vitamins. So the vitamins that they want us to take, or at least to focus on, a multivitamin, of course, which is going to include vitamin D, unless you need more than what the multivitamin is providing. You can just eat it with that. Iron, calcium citrate, which everybody needs to keep your bones strong. Vitamin B12 and B complex, and a probiotic. And they have a nice little 3-month auto shipment option. So it's the cheapest one is like $170 every 3 months, which breaks down to like $52 a month, which is really cheap, I think. And they're all like Bariatric Advantage brand, I believe. Yeah. And they just automatically ship them to you every 3 months, so you never run out. And they went over special topics like drinking alcohol, dumping syndrome, which, some people say gastric sleeve patients don't get, but some gastric sleeve patients would disagree. And they said, yes, dumping syndrome can occur in gastric sleeve, especially if you eat too much fat or too much sugar or something like that. Nausea and vomiting, constipation, diarrhea, foamies, frothing. I've seen a lot of people complaining about that on YouTube today. And then, of course, hair thinning and loss. And then, what do they call it? Taste distortion or sensory aversions, meaning you suddenly don't like the taste of something, I guess. And then they're like, how to be successful. And it seems really, what do you call, common sense to me, but who knows? Just, you have to make your changes in your life and your diet for life, for your entire life, forever and ever and ever and ever and ever. Like, there's no going back. It's not a diet, basically. You have to maintain your water and your hydration. You need to eat. You need to stop when you're full. And, don't eat and drink at the same time. Practice conscious eating. Eat protein-rich foods and non-starchy vegetables. Eliminate carbs. Exercise. Take your vitamins. Like, these are all things that you should know by now if you are pursuing this surgery. If you are just thinking about pursuing it, any kind of bariatric surgery, you have to do this for life, forever, no take-backs. And you have to be prepared to make these changes. I mean, you're doing it for your health, so why would you not want to be healthy afterwards? So the diet class was fine. I was super excited about my pre-op diet not being liquid, and I actually have another appointment this Friday, my regular monthly appointment with my dietitian and exercise and nurse practitioner, which is really super kind of annoying to me, because the next week not this week coming up, but the next week, like Monday or Tuesday or Wednesday, I'm going to have my 2-week pre-op appointment. And they wouldn't let me just do them together for some reason. So I have to go in on Friday, have my regular monthly appointment for April, and then the next week, literally in the next first half of the next week, I have to go back again to have my pre-op appointment. Because my surgery will then be in 2 weeks. Super exciting. Okay, so then I also went to another support group meeting after the pre-op diet class because they were on the same day, and I was like, let's get it done. That was super interesting. There were a butt ton of people there. There were so many people. There was probably 75 people in that tiny little room. It was interesting. They talked about sodium and how no one really tracks their sodium intake, but it's really easy to get sodium, as you know. And that the study that they talked about was that sodium doesn't make you thirsty, it makes you hungry. And so if you're eating a lot of sodium, then that's probably why you're getting hungrier. And that sodium causes you, which makes sense to me. Like, everybody thinks salt makes you thirsty, but salt makes you retain water. So I don't know how you could be thirsty if you're retaining water because of the salt. Anyway, that was interesting. Lots of people had opinions. Lots of people asked and answered questions because there were all different types of people having all different types of surgeries, and who have had them, are thinking about them, are about to have them. Anyway, it was interesting. I got my, requirement out of the way for that, and I'm going to have to go to another one in May, probably post-op, because I think you have to go to one post-op. I'm not sure. So the only other thing I have, you guys, how far am I at right now? I am already been talking for how many minutes? I can't tell. Anyway, it's been a while. So I said in a previous video that when I got my surgery date, I would do some body shots for you guys. So that's what we're going to do. I got my little workout tank top on. And let's do it, I guess. Hopefully my camera will focus and you can see my dirty office. Okay, here I am. I am 5'7". This is me. These are my bat wings, my wingspan. I carry most of my weight right here in my front. As you can tell, I got kind of a flat butt. But here's my side. Here's my back. Can't really tell what you guys can see or not, but it's my booty. Here's my other side. This is me sucking in. But relaxed, my stomach is out like that. And then the front again. My thighs are kind of a little fat, and I have this pouch right here. I call it my pouch. So that's me, you guys. I'll probably be taking my measurements. I mean, I took them once already. It's such a pain in the ass to do that I decided I'm going to wait until like the day before my surgery to take them again. And that way I'll have a good comparison for after surgery. So yeah, I'm super excited, you guys. And I feel like this has been taking forever. I just got to get these last 3 pounds off before my pre-op date. So I got about like a week and a half to do it. I think I can do it. I've been super slacking this past week. I was sick for a couple of days. It's been raining almost every day. It's been cold out and miserable, and I felt miserable, and I just haven't wanted to do anything. I haven't exercised. I haven't been watching my calories as strictly as I was previously, but I've still been maintaining my ketosis until yesterday. Was that yesterday? Yeah, so my favorite coffee shop is closing, you guys. No, not closing. It is closed. We buy our coffee there, especially because they roast their own coffee beans in-house. And we just discovered them like a few months ago. And I feel so bad about this because I love their coffee. So we went in on Saturday because we had run out of our pound of coffee that we usually buy. Like, we go through about a week. A week is about a pound of coffee for us. So we were going in there almost every week or week and a half to get some more. So we go in on Saturday because we had run out, and we were like, hey, you got any coffee? And he's like, no, because today's our last day. We're closing for good and forever in an hour and a half. And I was just like, what? No. And I hate it because I went to Starbucks so many times instead of supporting this small local business that I truly fell in love with, their coffee, and now they're closed forever. And I can never get their coffee again. So because of that, I wanted to get a coffee right then and there. And usually we have him make it with half and half because he doesn't usually carry heavy cream, which is what I use for keto diet. But we usually get half and half. And because it was his last day and he only was open for like another hour and a half, obviously he wasn't restocking things. So he didn't have enough half and half for both of us. So we were like, it's okay, just mix what you have in with like some 2% milk and it'll be fine. And it still tasted delicious, of course, but it was kind of high in carbs because of the milk. So, and honestly, I think it gave me really bad gas because I don't know. TMI. So anyway, that's it for me this week, you guys. I'll check in again probably next weekend after my monthly appointment, see what my nutritionist or dietitian says about my pre-op diet, because I'm so gonna make sure, double check. Please tell me I do not have to do this liquid. So please like and subscribe. And if you have any questions about the particulars of the diet stuff that you want to know, or if you want to know anything that they might have told me, then just leave a comment below and I will be happy to answer. I respond within seconds because my phone is always glued to my hand. So I hope everybody has a great week this week, and I love you all. Thank you so much to all my subscribers and all my supporters. You guys are so sweet and amazing, and I love your comments. Thank you so much, you guys. Bye.